So on my next problem, I'm going to take the cube root which of 875 x to the 5th y to the 9th. So now remember that when I take the cube root of something, that's the same as raising it to the 1/3. That, 1/3. Okay, so what I'm going to do in the next step is I'm just going to say 875 x to the 5th y to the 9th raised to the 1/3. Now again, 875 raised to the 875 raised to the first power is the same as 875. I do that because I'm going to multiply this 1/3 by every term, or by the power, I should say, right? So in other words, I'm going to get 875 1 times 1/3 x to the 1 times, or not 1, 5 times 1/3 and then y to the 9 times 1/3. And when I have 9, that's the same as 9 over 1, and 5 is the same as 5 over 1, and 1 is the same as 1 over 1. So when I multiply those out, we just do the numerator times the numerator and the denominator times the denominator. So in the next step, what I have is 875 raised to the 1/3. And then again, I'm going to multiply these across. So this is x to the 5/3, right? And then over here, 9 times 1 is 9, and then 1 times 3 is 3. So then there's some simplifications, but what I really want to do is I want to this 875 is a big number. I don't think there's a number that goes into 875. But since I'm going to take the third power, what I need to keep in mind is that 5, and you haven't memorized this yet, but 5 times, or 5 to the third power is 125. And 125 times 7 equals 875. Okay, so that means that I've got 125 times 7 raised to the 1/3. I'm going to change this x to the 3/3 plus 2/3. Can I do that? Well, obviously I can if I did it, but why would I do that? Well, you'll see why in a second. And then this just becomes y to the 3rd, right? Because 9 divided by 3 is just 3. On the next line, what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute this through the parentheses. So I've got 125 to the 1/3 times 7 to the 1/3. And then I'm going to say x to the, what's 3/3? Isn't that x, isn't 3 divided by 3 just 1? Yeah. So then the next one is, that's times x to the 2/3. And then the next one is just y to the 3rd. Okay. Now, if I scroll down, 525 is actually 5/3. So I'm going to say 5/3 raised to